Hello there, attendees of the Chicago New Media Summit. I'm Daisy Whitney, a contributing writer with TV Week and also the host and creator of the New Media Minute. That's my weekly web news show covering the business of online video. Now, John Patterson, who, as you know, is the founder of the Chicago New Media Summit, asked me to share some thoughts on what Chicago needs to do to become more of a new media capital. And one of those things is to reach out to the advertisers and agencies in your town. Chicago has a deep and rich history as an advertising epicenter, and I think events like this summit can help further that. And perhaps the greatest opportunity for Chicago as a new media capital is in becoming the top-notch locale for the production of branded entertainment. Los Angeles is the home for entertainment series on the web, San Francisco for tech series. Perhaps Chicago producers can focus on developing their relationships and work to create branded content for the marketers and agencies in your town. And let's not forget the local opportunities too. Web video will grow in part because of local restaurants, stores, realtors, and others who want to promote their businesses to web-savvy consumers. So new media producers should also be reaching out to the local mom and pop shops who may want to develop a video or even a series. I also think that Chicago has an opportunity right now to build its rich media fabric in advance of the 2016 Olympics Games, which will surely be a true new media Olympics. The Summer Games that we just saw embraced broadband video for the first time. And 8 years from now, the digital output will be much greater. After all, web video is the fastest growing segment of the advertising business. Lehman Brothers said that online video ad spending will rise 63% this year to $1.1 billion and more than double to $2.4 billion in the next 2 years. And most estimates say that we as consumers are watching about 10 billion videos each month online. A lot of those videos are YouTube clips and viral videos, but many are independent shows, local videos, and also branded entertainment content. So as you embark on producing and creating content for the web, I want to share some of the segments from my web series that I think are most germane to your interests. The first is on the CPMs for broadcast shows, to give you an idea of what TV networks are making on the web.
Forrester Research says the typical CPM is $25 for a primetime show on air. But online, that same show gets $40, while the most popular primetime shows command CPMs of $60 to $70 online. Think Grey's Anatomy, Desperate Housewives, and that is because the online audience is much more engaged and there are fewer spots online.
And how are consumers using the web when they watch TV shows?
The conventional wisdom from TV networks has been that consumers who watch their shows on the web are doing so to catch up on episodes that they missed on TV. But new research has found that yes, half of online viewers of TV shows are catching up on episodes they missed, but the other half are using the web as a wholesale replacement for the TV set.
But even though consumers are watching shows online, we need to remember that more work needs to be done.
A recent study came out from Solutions Research Group reporting that 15% of online Americans have heard of the site Hulu.com. Of course, as you know, that's the online video joint venture from NBC and Fox. Now, this might seem high, that Hulu is starting to get some traction, and it is, but we also need to remember the flip side, that 85% of Americans haven't even heard of the site, and I see this as a reminder that more work needs to be done from TV executives, from new media producers, to continue spreading the good word of online video.
Okay, so when you're ready to start producing a web show, what's it going to cost?
And I have got some great numbers for you today on the costs to produce web video series. These come from the research firm Futurescape. Let's start with Dorm Life. Now that's a mockumentary about college life, and that has a budget per minute of about $1,400 to $2,200. Now compare that to Foreign Body. That's the new web series from VooGuru that is a prequel to the Robin Cook book of the same name, and that's costing about $5,000 per minute. And then finally on the higher side, you have Sanctuary, which is the sci-fi web series that comes in at about $32,000 per minute.
And finally, no matter who you are producing for, listen to your audience. Here's how it can help you.
Today, I want to talk to you about how one web show is harnessing demographic data and viewer comments to tweak its editorial and distribution strategy each week. That show is called The Circuit. It launched in April, and it is a project of Mojo HD, the high-def channel. It's actually the first web series that Mojo HD has done, and it's sort of a weekly tech show done in a daily show style. What's really interesting is when the show did an interview with a New York Times bestselling author of the book Physics of the Impossible, that clip was posted on both Fark.com and IamBored.com. Now, the viewer comments on Fark focused on the pop culture aspects of the interview, while the comments on IamBored.com focused on the science behind the story. Now, what was really interesting was using demographic data, the producers learned that the video was actually 3 times more popular on IamBored.com. So they decided when they did the Mars mission story the very next week to really hone in on and focus on the science behind the story. And the result was when that clip was posted to YouTube on the Mars mission, it generated more than 100,000 views in the first 2 days and was actually the #1 video in the science and technology category at the time. So the upshot of all of this is that the producers plan on using whatever data they can get their hands on to tweak the editorial strategy every single week, while Mojo HD says they're going to be doing a lot more web series when they can access this type of information.
And at the end of the day, new media is different from broadcast because we can listen to our audiences, we can tweak our shows on the fly, and we can interact with the community. And it's that community building that is probably the most important aspect of building a successful web show. So good luck, Chicago!